A lifestyle brand selling sourdough mix hits a massive revenue metric. Right at the exact same time, a top Y Combinator startup locks down its absolute most crucial first enterprise accounts. So what do they actually have in common? Neither of them used a single automated email sequence to do it. Zero.
$70 million. That's the revenue. And that $70 million a year comes from doing the exact opposite of what typical Silicon Valley scaling playbooks advise. They completely tossed out the standard growth hacks. They ignored the shiny software platforms. Instead, they embraced a totally different model.
And here is why this matters right now. Today, founders are literally burning months just tweaking AI email sequences. They're seeing terrible open rates, they're completely alienating warm leads, and honestly, they're missing their target buyers entirely. Because of this, the software is scaling, but the revenue just isn't. People are optimizing the completely wrong end of the funnel. So it begs the question, how do you scale by doing things that don't scale? Well, the counterintuitive reality here is that rapid growth actually requires unscalable manual actions. It requires completely reinventing your public identity. We're going to break down the exact data on how this works, so subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep up.
Moving on to Section 1, the automation illusion. You see, early-stage growth stalls out for a very simple reason. Operators mistake the ease of sending mass LinkedIn messages for actual progress. Automation feels super productive on the surface, right? But the effect is that it completely fails to generate the real human trust you need to close those crucial early accounts.
The data perfectly proves this cause and effect. High-value initial customers originate strictly from a warm network and highly tedious manual proximity. Just look at the breakdown right here. Customers 1 through 3, they come entirely from your immediate circle. Customers 4 through 10, those require intense, unscalable actions just to cross the finish line. It is literally only after you hit customer 10 that tools like Apollo and Clay actually start working. Scaling software too early is a fatal error.
Okay, so what exactly are these unscalable actions? Well, you fly directly to the buyer. You make uninvited office visits. You actually walk industry trade show floors. Or maybe you send highly specific, heavily researched Reddit direct messages. Founders who physically walk trade show floors consistently close more accounts in 3 days than they do in 3 months of automated sequences. Doing the hard, manual thing causes immediate, undeniable, and frankly faster results because it cuts straight through the digital noise.
This manual friction signals an unfakeable level of dedication. It establishes immediate trust. Look, no automation tool can fake a founder flying across the country, maybe getting kicked out of an office just to eventually win the account. That kind of effort actively proves your commitment to the prospect's success. By the way, drop a like and share if you find this valuable, because this is the stuff that actually moves the needle.
All right, Section 2, the identity leverage. Getting customers is really only half the equation. The other half is engineering a public identity that magnetically attracts your exact target demographic.
Just look at this quote. I created this Tony Robbins motherfucker. I decided that's who I needed to be. That is a profound realization about identity leverage in business. You actually have the power to consciously forge a brand new, larger-than-life public identity for your brand. This new identity absolutely must align perfectly with the aesthetic or the specific escape that your target audience is desperately craving. Ballerina Farms is a brilliant illustration of this point. They built a $70 million authentic escape. They weren't just selling sourdough mix or random consumer goods. No, they completely immersed themselves in a specific, calming, traditional lifestyle. Going all in on an authentic aesthetic causes a massive commercial moat. You create the lifestyle, and then the audience eagerly buys the products just to feel like they are a part of it. It's total immersion, and competitors simply cannot copy it.
Let's jump to Section 3, anti-mimetic business growth. True leverage requires you to completely abandon the urge to copy the tactics your peers are using. And hey, follow us on Twitter for more updates on how to break away from the herd like this.
So let's define anti-mimetic behavior. Simply put, it means desiring and executing on things for their inherent, authentic value. You don't chase a trend just because your competitors are doing it. To build a definitive, lasting brand, you have to operate in an anti-mimetic state. You have to be driven purely by internal conviction, not external market noise. The exact second you start copying, you lose your unique advantage.
Warren Buffett famously said, "I'd rather not play than play their way." He stated this when he closed his fund instead of following bad market trends. Icons like Buffett and Palmer Luckey succeeded immensely by pursuing highly unpopular, completely unscalable directions.
Their mimetic peers completely ignored those paths. So here is the cause and effect. They did the unpopular thing, and as a result, they reaped the monopolistic rewards. They built entire empires simply by having the courage to stand completely alone.
So your crucial choice is between mimetic traps and anti-mimetic moats. Mimetic traps involve obsessively copying your competitors. Anti-mimetic modes, on the other hand, require an authentic obsession with your own distinct vision. If you spend your time checking what competitors are posting online, you are trapped. You must aggressively prune these distractions from your daily life. The ultimate effect is total, unbothered immersion in your actual goals.
Which brings us to Section 4, the next 7 days. Let's tie this all together. We're now merging Y Combinator's unscalable acquisition tactics with intentional identity design to give you a highly actionable blueprint. If you're ready to execute on this, subscribe to the YouTube channel and let's get right into the steps.
Here is your exact action plan. Step 1. Audit your warm network for 3 direct introductions. Lean hard on the people you actually know. Step 2. Execute 1 unscalable proximity action. Fly out, walk into the office, or send that highly researched message. Step 3. Define the anti-mimetic identity you are going to commit to. For the next 7 days, you will bypass automation entirely. You will manually secure meetings through proximity, and you will start operating strictly under your newly defined, totally authentic public identity.
So I'll leave you with this final question. Are you playing the game of more automation or the game of deep authenticity? Because right now, automation is a cheap commodity. Unscalable authenticity and a meticulously crafted identity are the absolute ultimate competitive advantages in modern business. Think hard about how you can apply this to your own operations today. Drop a like and share if you find this valuable, and we'll see you in the next explainer.